Hope everyone is doing well this evening, this Monday evening. Come right on in. Hope everyone is doing exceptionally well on this Monday, August 1st, 2016. Come right on in. Come right on in. Hey there, Venice. Hope everyone is doing well. Bless you, woman of God. Hope everyone is doing well. Come on, let's do our roll call while we're waiting for others. If you'd be so kind, ask to invite your followers. We have something real good to talk about this evening. So if you would, thank you so much. If you'd invite your followers, and let's send those hearts up in advance. We have something real good to talk about tonight. Good evening, right hand. Hope you are ready to be the scribe. Have a little bit of information this evening. Had a little delay this evening with meeting and internet issues, actually, because of the weather here in Detroit. But it's all is well, and we are on. I'm ready to get rolling. Want to hit a certain number, though, and we are not at that number of live people. So if you all would invite your followers, if you're Team Apple, if you would swipe to the side, if you are Team Droid, if you would swipe upward, thank you so much. I really think we're on to something real good this evening. So just come right on in. It's our norm to do our roll call. So let me know, please, where you are connecting from. I know that Ohio is on. I know that Michigan is on the scope tonight. I know that Atlanta is on the scope tonight. Where is everyone else from, if you don't mind telling me? And then after that, we'll just get rolling. Hey, right hand, we're going to get rolling. I really, really have something to share this evening that I think will be meaningful, instantly meaningful in your lives. We'll get started. So I hope that everyone had a wonderful and a marvelous Monday. Today is Monday, August 1st, 2016. It is the start of a new month in this year. And so I hope that the month was off to a great start for you. My Monday was absolutely wonderful, a good day of thinking and working and writing. And so part of that was my day started off with my morning 10-mile bike ride. And as I was on my morning 10-mile bike ride, it came to me as I was asking the Lord, hey, what should I talk about tonight for Monday's motivational message? It came to me to talk about pruning. And so for the next few moments, I want to talk to you about cutbacks. The purpose of pruning. Cutbacks. The purpose of pruning. And this is one of those you're probably going to have to go back over because it's going to be very rich with information. So pruning, by definition tonight, is to thin by cutting away dead, overgrown, or unwanted branches, buds, stems, or roots. It is to thin by cutting away dead, overgrown, or unwanted branches, buds, stems, and roots. Pruning promotes growth, advancement, and productivity. So the whole point of being pruned is to promote growth, advancement, and productivity. Am I frozen or... Okay, no, you're with me. So everyone, am I frozen or are you all with me? Because I want to make sure that I'm in a flow. So one person told me I'm frozen. I guess I'm okay because the rest of you all would have said it. All right, so it is to promote. Pruning promotes growth, advancement, and productivity. Thank you so much for the response. It promotes growth, advancement, and productivity. Pruning's intent is increase. So the whole reason why you go through pruning is for the sake of increase. That is so important. Increase. And so everyone wants to increase in life, but if you're going to increase, you have to understand that you're going to experience some cutbacks or some pruning. The cycle of pruning includes removing, improving, shaping, maintaining, and growing. Let me say that again for my scribes. The cycle of pruning includes, but is not limited to, removing, improving, shaping, maintaining, and growing. And so when we talk about pruning, to cut away things that are dead, things that are overgrown, things that are unwanted, we do that. We remove that for improvement. So we have removing for improving, or for the sake of shaping or maintaining, but ultimately we have cutbacks, or we have pruning for the sake of growing. So how does this apply to our lives? Now that we've given it context, how does this apply in our lives? Here are some key areas in your life where pruning takes place. Pruning takes place, I'm going to give you 4 places. Pruning takes place with people, with places, with perceptions, and with paradigms. All right. Pruning takes place with people, with places, with perceptions, and with paradigms. It is interesting because in order to have growth or increase, there are some people who need to be pruned from our lives. They need to be cut back from our lives. And they could be dead weight. They could be just overgrown, or they could just be unwanted in this season. And it's not to be punitive. It's not to be manipulative. It's not, I gotcha and get rid of you. But no, really, if you want to have maximum growth, maximum increase, maximum advancement, maximum productivity, then you're going to have to prune or cut back some people from your life. The next thing where pruning takes place is places. You're going to have to eliminate, cut back some places where you used to go that used to serve a purpose for you. Now you may have to prune some of those places, not go those places as often. Replace those places with other places to go and other places to connect. So you have to prune some people, you have to prune some places, but you also have to prune some perceptions. In life, life is really an exchange. And I want to slow down for a moment. Life is really an exchange between intention and perception. Life is really an exchange between intention and perception. And here is the thing. If people have warped perceptions, it doesn't make a difference what your intentions are. They're going to receive it the way they want to receive it. They're going to perceive it the way they want to perceive. So you could be giving someone just a cash gift. You could just be giving them $20 to buy some lunch. And if they have a warped perception and their perception needs to be pruned, they'll ask you something like, what is this for? Why are you doing this for me? Do I have to pay it back? Why? No, it's a gift. It's something that I just wanted to do. My intention was just to be a blessing to you and to be nice to you. But your perception was that there were strings attached. And you got to understand that in order to have the productivity, the growth, the advancement, and the increase that you really want to have in life, you've got to prune some perceptions. Because in all honesty, God doesn't need a reason to bless you. He can bless you just because he wants to. And we'll pass up blessings because we don't like the people who it comes through. We'll pass up blessings because we don't like the place where we received it. We'll pass up blessings because of the perception in which we're receiving what is being given. And the 4th thing where pruning takes place is in our paradigms. It is a combination of our perceptions, our actions, our thoughts, our intents, why we do what we do. And it is then, and I agree with the comment that sometimes God does the pruning. He still does it usually as it relates to people or places or perceptions or paradigms. So even if he doesn't point it out to us to do it and he does it himself, it still definitely affects us because it's intended to give increase or growth or advancement or productivity. So this is what you need to know about pruning. I want to tell you 4 things you need to know about pruning, and then I'll be done. The first thing I need you to know about pruning is that pruning is necessary. Pruning is necessary. You will never have the growth, the advancement, the productivity, or the increase in your life if you do not undertake or undergo the pruning process. Pruning is important and it's necessary, of course, because it gets rid of dead, overgrown, and unwanted branches, stems, roots, and buds. But catch this, and this is just a caveat. Pruning is also necessary because sometimes when things are overgrown, in order not to kill the root and the branches, you've got to cut some of the branches to repot them. And may I submit to you that maybe in this point in your life, you are experiencing the pruning process because you have outgrown the current container that is holding you. That is good right there. Maybe it is that you have outgrown the pot, the container that is currently holding you. And if that is the case, then God will allow you to be or cause you to be pruned or cut back so he can repot you or replant you, because he doesn't want anything to stop, to hinder, or to stunt your growth, your advancement, your productivity, or your increase. So the first thing that I need you to know about pruning is that pruning is necessary. The second thing I need you to know is that pruning can be seasonal or continual. When you study pruning, you will understand that sometimes pruning is seasonal and maybe some things are cut. Here is the thing. If pruning is seasonal, then it is cut in its off season in order to produce in its due season. I gotta say that again. When pruning is seasonal, there are cutbacks in your off season that will promote increase, growth, advancement, and productivity in your due season. So pruning, the second thing I want you to get is that pruning is seasonal or continual. It has everything to do with where you are in your process of purpose at the time. Every part of your process of your purpose does not call for pruning. Sometimes you need to grow. Sometimes you need to bud. But it is sometimes that God will cause a cutback in your off season to promote increase in your due season. That is good right there. So pruning is necessary, number one. Number two, pruning is seasonal or continual. And if it's continual, it's just because your purpose demands that. Don't be upset. Don't be bothered by it. Just as best as you can. Get comfortable. I know with me, my pruning tends to be continual. I would like for it to be seasonal so I can get my cut back and have a chance to lick my wounds, because pruning hurts. Pruning hurts. This is for free, but pruning hurts. But just as sure as pruning hurts, pruning helps. Just as sure as pruning hurts, pruning helps. So 4 things I need you to know about pruning. Number 1 is that pruning is necessary. Number 2, pruning is seasonal or continual. Number 3, don't draw back from cutbacks. All right? Don't draw back from cutbacks. Don't pull yourself in and retract your leaves and retract your branches and try to suck back in your fruit because you see that you are about to be cut back. Please know that God, the master gardener, not only does he know when to cut, but he knows how to cut and he knows where to cut. So, oh my God, he knows when to cut, he knows how to cut, and he knows where to cut. So please don't draw back from cutbacks. When you draw back from cutbacks, you delay your growth, your advancement, your productivity, and your increase. This is good right here. This is real good right here. This is helping me. And I got this literally this morning during my 10-mile bike ride. Don't draw back from cutbacks. 4th and final thing I need you to know about pruning is that cutbacks provide strength for comebacks. All right. Let me say it again. Cutbacks provide strength for comebacks. May I submit to you that if you are overgrowing, and if you've ever seen a plant or a flower that overgrows the capacity of the container that's holding it, when it is cut, it seems as though the fruit has gone away or the buds have gone away. The buds have not gone away. What it means is at the point of the cut, at the juncture of the cut, is where new growth is going to come from. Is where new advancement is going to come from. Is where new productivity is going to come from. It's where your new source of increase is going to come from. So cutbacks provide strength for comebacks. When you cut that part of that plant that is overgrown for the pot and you repot it, you replant it, please understand that it's going to grow down before it grows up. And it does that so it can provide the strength for the comeback. Cutbacks is really the purpose of pruning. And the purpose of pruning is simply put in one statement, I guess. It is out with the old and in with the new. I don't want you really to, I don't want you to draw back from cutbacks. I think number 3 was probably my favorite because I know we like the whole comeback notion, but if you draw back, that's why I wanted to make sure you understood pruning and the benefits of pruning. And to understand that if people start dropping off, it is not personal. It is pruning. That if places you no longer have a desire to go, it's not a bad thing. It could be pruning. If your paradigm is beginning to shift and your perceptions are beginning to shift and you're not as skeptical of people. I didn't say don't be watchful and prayerful, but you're not as skeptical of people and you're not as cynical of people. That means then that you're going through a pruning process, and cutbacks and pruning is necessary. Hey, I hope that you enjoyed this Periscope tonight, Periscope Monday's motivational message. Please make sure that you invite your followers and share this one with others. I hope it was meaningful. I know that pruning is painful, but pruning is painful because it's gainful as well. And I want you to gain. God wants you to grow and advance and be productive and increase in life. I want the same for you. If you are not following me on other forms of social media, I want you to do that. Please follow me. Become a friend of mine on Facebook at Nelson A. Henry. I'm on as my government name. There's a picture of me on there, so you can go join me on Facebook. If you're not following on Twitter or Instagram, it's at Pastor Nah. Thank you, Divine. It's at Pastor Nah, N-A-H. And I would that you would subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is Nelson A. Henry. I think that this Periscope and others will be on and other messages, Sunday messages and messages other places, and just things that I've talked about in my car, or whether I'm in my office or library at home, wherever. That's right, Brittany, that government name. But I want you to stay connected. I want you to be inspired. I want you to be motivated. I want you to be encouraged. And as we always say, continue to walk by faith and look good doing it. Until next time, be blessed. Bye-bye.